President Akufo-Addo terminates Charles Edubuahin's appointment as Minister of State at the Finance Ministry. And this follows Anna's Galamsey economy expose being premiered at the Accra International Conference Center this evening. Vice President Bawumia reacts to the allegation in the documentary and says his most cherished asset in life is his integrity and will therefore not allow anyone to ruin it. Has couched a niche for himself as an undercover journalist in Ghana whose exposés have led to serious outcomes and helped shape wrongdoing in society. Judges, sports administrators, security officers and civil servants have all been touched by his exposés. Yes, we are talking about Anas Aremiyaw Anas. He has a new exposé dubbed Galamsey Economy, and even before it was premiered, it caused President Akufo-Addo to terminate the appointment of Charles Edubuahin, a Minister of State at the Finance Ministry.
A statement issued by the Director of Communications at the Presidency, Eugene Ahin, said the termination was with immediate effect. It followed allegations leveled against Charles Edubuahin in an exposé, Galamsey Economy, by Anas Aremiyaw Anas. According to the statement, the president spoke to Mr. Edubuahin, after which he took the decision to terminate his appointment and also to refer the matter to the special prosecutor for further investigation.
In a related development, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, reacting to an allegation of appearance fee before he engages with potential investors and businesses, says he does not engage in such acts.
Dr. Bawumia, in a post on Facebook, stated that Anas's Galamsey Economy Exposé, which captured the minister as saying that he would give $200,000 to the vice president for his campaign activities, makes Charles Edubuahin not fit to continue being a minister of state. The vice president also said that he had no knowledge of any meetings by Edubuahin and any businessmen who would want to invest in Ghana. He also stated that his integrity is his hallmark and would never indulge in such acts for whatever reasons.
Meanwhile, the Galamsey Economy is finally premiering at the Accra International Conference Center.
It followed a tussle between Tiger IPI and the managers of the Accra International Conference Center, who had earlier declined the said exposé to be screened at the venue. However, they have given Anas the green light to use the venue.
In 2017, government, led by President Nana Akufo-Addo, took pragmatic steps to clean the mining sector.
That the natural resources of this country belongs to you, the Ghanaians, and that for you to benefit, you must begin to extract the resources in a more sustainable manner.
It established the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, IMCIM. Its mandate is to sanitize and curb illegal mining activities in mining communities across the country. The committee has undertaken a lot of sensitization activities in various mining communities on the impact of illegal mining. This was meant to restore hope to many Ghanaians who care about the environment.
Computer app Galamsey. Yakeka yenema nyina bomu the forest for no the Minerals Commission for EPA for so hu esa obi ahu de ekoso. Ne se obi ko license a unya license for Minerals Commission EPA water resource. We obi akoji Minerals Commission license no. Ukoji a senka 90 days na ko nyawa de. The app no machine say ukoji license pe ye chodian obi abehu nipa okoji ye the concession number baby and concession no eda okoji ye na eko animu no se bosume ba ko ba e betu hu baby a process na kodu it by 90 days no na se nipa nya na sisa na o se e hu se bibi asiwo Ministerial Commission.
After a year of comprehensive work, the committee completed the roadmap that would regulate the activities of the small-scale miners and guide their operation. Small-scale and artisanal miners would have to follow due process before engaging in any mining activity. Yet, some have complained of underhand dealings. With little money, they say, you can be allowed to circumvent rules on the roadmap and be allowed to go on the field with your excavators to mine without proper documentation and approval as prescribed by the roadmap. People also add that you can pay some top men at IMCIM and they would arrange for protection for you while you are mining illegally. So we set out with our hidden cameras to find out who would help us bend the rules for their selfish interest, who would help us stab the nation and the president in the back and do things contrary to the roadmap. Are there really shortcuts to mining illegally?
But the battle against Galamsey is nowhere near being won yet, and I appeal to all citizens to be part of the battle to keep our lands and water bodies safe.
We got a company called Ore Resources Enterprise. In our investigation, we discovered that almost everybody involved in the fight against illegal mining was willing to take money to help us mine illegally. Meet Jimmy, a guy we met at the reception of the IMCIM office. He showed us how he would supply us with tip-offs with the movements of the IMCIM security task force so that we would avoid detection. We also met Bimpon, a soldier with the Ghana Armed Forces who is part of the National Security Operatives at the Interministerial Committee.
So you say if it's not on our Bible, then they put you in the problem. They are not going to
But he was still willing to help us secure protection for our Galamsey activities.
Nobody should listen.
Then there's Bafo, a policeman and national security personnel attached to the IMCIM. Bafo was happy to go into negotiations with us on the amount to be paid if we wanted protection for our illegal mines.
We have protection. A little bit higher, then I drop things down for you.
Okay.
Many of my mamma say, "Many the Panibishiana, Mohu Commander, and I say, Mutimiakwa. Maybe don't do any meaning Pana coming in a bamboo. May breaking on fast. I said, Namoyano, Secretary Finer. Evans, Evans, and I'm more protected on mom. Or Ashanti region, Kronuka, anything. Forest, literally. Inspector King. For a Nippon Jam, what into a person car, you be sham, no more trans, no more farm of bed and breakfast. And the only thing I see the team is here. 3 Piazza. Now, you're one more I'll say you also before.
Over kebab, Coca-Cola and multi-Guinness, we met these two police officers, Kennedy Frimpong and Ano, also of the Interministerial Task Force. Kennedy and Ano also work as Jubilee House security personnel. They were introduced to us by BAFO to further our discussions on protection for illegal mining.
Your concession, now your protection.
Yeah, no. Nobody will keep you. With the army. And I shoot you around, 20 and a half or 4. Maybe some near 1 mile. As I said, only Yenny Saman is like a Saman. Now you package the other, your own one. The woman.
All right.
To be very
They told us how much they would charge to protect our small-scale concession and added that they would take some of the money to their top bosses. They charged an amount of 16,000 cedis every month and 300 cedis each week during patrol if they are to give us 3 personnel for the patrol.
we are ready to move anytime.
But aside these relatively low-level officials, can we get to the top of the chain? With our company, called All Resources Enterprise, we decided to move further up on the chain. We first met Andy, a connection man who would link us to the people at the top. He demanded for cash to do that transaction.
Oh, Andy said me for we are different. Very comfortable say every son is so got me small be that say. But then beto beto be on okay so come be use ka. Dem can pass on your lands is my. What they are run a bit now they be here's your copy.
Andy charged money alleged to be for one Charles Bissell and for himself.
You know cash. And do that ash in the ground.
But I know the what
you guys say that we have money.
After waiting, so you will be an money 35 account.
Nice. And I'm
oh, tell me who you know your account.
I'm and I'm so kind.
Who we are.
Okay, show.
Where the enemy discuss here? Into the
so bad.
But
show your more show commitment. Oh, one or two things.
He took us to meet Charles Bissell. Mr. Charles Bissell is secretary to the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining. We told Bissell our excavators were already on site working and we needed him to work on the documents while we were still mining. He took our documents and called for it to be fast-tracked for us.
Because we have to make sure you fast track with the say value year 9 on the work is actually all resources. What's the situation?
It hasn't come up yet. Let me quickly check.
waiting on the last 1 year and what you mind until the year waiting on the car for machine up. But we prefer Savita. So we prefer at the end of everything. One way we make a regime in the idea.
He asked us to pay 3,000 Ghana cedis for mapping after he had ordered for the sticker to be fast-tracked for us with all other processes being circumvented. A sticker we should have before going to the field.
So I'll speak to Doc, but tell Doc, give the name to Doc. As I said, they should add it to it so they do the hair. And then they'll pay the 3,000 for mapping. Okay, we want 3,000 for mapping. So let him do that now, and then give them to Doc. Doc will call me, and then the mapping team will go there. And then let's change to apply. Now apply for ETA. Right. The ETA, I'll Doc there.
Okay.
So I think Doctor is coming back. Ralph, now asylum now. Okay. And I think it's almost through. Okay. So she have for mapping. This 9 mapping to one for and which policy here. Mapping to non next week. Now for initial non-fair EP, non-fast-track man. Because I will be that. No, limited time also. So you can go back and mind. I'm a sticker of the I'm a sticker.
No, sir, you really depend on the
okay. See, let's talk to now today. I'll call now. So I'll make sure okay. That's it too. I just no more accountants for me. Okay. Gentlemen, do I have? Obi wa ha me so ntwa yes. Oba ebe wo ye ni bia na ahwe no ama ne sika na after EP fast fast track because why you know I can get 2 months so you know okay sorry child
So we paid the 3,000 Ghana cedis and took a receipt, and we were given the 4 copies of the approved sticker. First of all, we were supposed to be vetted by a team made up of chiefs, officials from the Forestry Commission, Environmental Protection Agency, and so on. The vetting of all resources enterprise was not advertised in digital and print media form as the roadmap indicates. We have been told to commence mining activities. After this, we called Andy, our connection man again, to see whether there would be men he can get to actually be guarding us while we mine illegally. We met in Kumasi.
If you have a 10 grand,
no, my family another thing.
Okay, first one I'm
I am in
one set only one thing.
No, but my mama.
Oh my
I have also been to it enough something.
It's one man thing.
There is 85. I'm also afraid.
And I am so don't mention this.
I didn't know you cry. You say, me here, and can be in ya.
So yes, when you're in the previous, but sounds of money was related suggest to go.
Okay. Immediate what I would cheer.
When you have when we don't have access to these things, not searches. I mean, these suggest need to be not suggest no one signing to work with them. So many true and found. Okay. You know, anybody they are signed suggest. So you are safe to work.
He proposed a guy called Schoolboy, a coordinator to the national security who he said was in the Accra office.
Oh, Schoolboy. Oh, not Schoolboy. Schoolboy. Senior national security.
He had a share of cash again.
You know the Friday morning. Maybe no. I dare and I believe in. I dare my own you. So it may be the Zoom that not them of my own.
What was that? One.
Oh, they say it's a tool Schoolboy,
That's the same as the commander and to me.
Commander, they say it's a tool Schoolboy. It's been checking. I don't want to lie to you. They say it's a tool Schoolboy. I say, recruit soldiers for operations, you know. You talk to him in case that. They say you're being private by Schoolboy. Why?
Alright.
Okay, sure.
we set off to Accra again with this piece of advice by Schoolboy.
Okay, what the fuck are you? What you need? What me what we do? You can be happy now. What you do? But I'm so confused. I'm so hard to what you start to do. It's young to say. The back. So the way in case of the view of Roman guidelines. I'm an actress. Today, I'll be 2 weeks change.
He directed us to Kobe. He's the real guy who can give us the needed protection for cash.
We also decided to go to certain areas of the country to see how bad the Galamsey situation was. We were in Prestea in the western region. We moved to Ashanti and Brongahafu too. We picked the coordinates of places where we saw illegal mining activities and took it to the Minerals Commission. This is the result we got from the commission checks.
Hello. We are clear Monday, Tuesday. Okay. But Wednesday, I have to come back to Kumasi. We're messing up on off. David, they may ask for say the what we are agreeing. Let's get in through. Oh, okay. Okay. Me what we are agreeing now. We are honest. Nah, to me or nature. We spoke at the border and one in through. Okay. Well, also just say you may make DNA. You see the thing in it's by Monday, Tuesday, but I'll be at that. Why? So, you throw. And you're from my enemy.
This is just a first in our series on illegal mining. There will be more coming soon.
This one, don't worry. I have my
you have your connection.
But we nobody can catch me.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
So,
then that's nice.
If somebody wants to disturb you, also I will help you.
You can help. Yes. Oh, fine. Ghana Environmental Protection Agency. How would you keep them in check?
Just give me the boss number and don't worry.
EPA boss number.
Yes.
You don't have connections there.
No, I will let them come to the flag house. Don't worry about connection I have. You know Mr. Charles?
Mr. Charles? No. He's in charge of what?
Galamsey.
He's a very big person in Galamsey. Well connected, Charles.
Well connected. He's the chief operator of all Ghana.
May God Almighty make every Ghanaian fearless and honest to uplift our national flag.